Two A's, Australia and Afghanistan, thousands of kilometers apart. One A very keen to help the other.
We remain committed as a nation to assisting Afghanistan in resisting terrorism, in resisting the Taliban forces, in providing, in cooperation with other countries, a level of stability and a level of security so that your country can build for itself a strong and prosperous and secure future.
It took the Australian Prime Minister a bit more than 13 hours to fly over to Kabul to say all that, a bit more than 13 years ago. By then, Australian troops had already been engaged in the war-torn country for several years. Almost 20 years ago, since the Aussies got involved, their #1 military man has no other choice but to say sorry.
I sincerely and unreservedly apologise for any wrongdoing by Australian soldiers.
I say no choice because allegations of 39 civilian deaths at the hand of his defence force as a result of bloodlust and competition killing deserve an apology. Or actually, much more than that. Large parts of the military report we can't even read, they're blacked out. But even what's available sounds horrendous and disgusting.
This shameful record includes alleged instances in which new patrol members were coerced to shoot a prisoner in order to achieve that soldier's first kill, in an appalling practice known as blooding.
Atrocities range from reports of troops killing a 6-year-old child in a house raid to a prisoner being shot dead to save space in a helicopter. Apology given, measures to be taken, culprits to be punished, compensation to be paid. But just think of how many times since 2001 we heard the same kind of stuff from the coalition.
To deeply apologize for the events which destroyed the hospital and caused the deaths of the hospital staff, the patients, and their family members.
President Obama spoke by telephone to apologize and express his condolences for the MSF staff and patients who were killed and injured.
Sincere apologies for any offense this may have caused. My apologies to the President of Afghanistan.
And we will make sure that anybody who was involved is held fully accountable with the full force of the law.
These are the cases that they thought deserved an apology. Unlike some unfortunate, quite a few unfortunate civilian deaths from drone strikes that were often referred to as, remember the phrase, collateral damage. But in any case, there's no winning the war on terror without drones, right?
They were dangerous, these young men, often deliberately and casually cruel. I wanted somehow to save them, send them to school, give them a trade, drain them of the hate that had been filling their heads. And yet the world they were a part of, and the machinery I commanded, more often had me killing them instead.
It all makes you wonder just how many more thousands of deaths or command faux pas we're still unaware of, especially when it's revealed how much the people in charge were in denial about what they were doing.
The problem is there's a disincentive, really, to tell the truth. We have created an incentive to almost require or for people to lie. There's an odor of mendacity throughout the Afghanistan issue, and I know Congressman Connolly has heard me talk about this years ago. Mendacity and hubris.
So, will the latest report that left the Aussies red-faced lead to any strategic consequences and military mindset U-turns? Well, judging by how badly Trump's plans to cut the troop presence in Afghanistan have been received, it's just wishful thinking for now.
We have been in Afghanistan for almost 20 years and no NATO ally wants to stay any longer than necessary. But at the same time, the price for leaving too soon or in an uncoordinated way could be very high. Afghanistan risks becoming once again a platform for international terrorists to plan and organise attacks on our homelands.
So I guess it means more apologies could only be on the way.
Shir Kosti, former governor of Afghanistan's Ghazni province, notes that Australia is not the only member of the US-led coalition to have carried out such horrific actions.
These are something that is very serious, and we feel that that is beyond a comprehension. And I'm really appalled for that. That how could anybody, in the name of humanity, will even do that, especially with this poor Afghan people. And we hope that that will manifest to something real, and not only for the Australian, but also other NATO countries and also United States who have committed similar acts in Afghanistan. They also needs to pay heed to this issue and reconcile their own differences that I have done in Afghanistan.